Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Bay Area as we welcome you to Oakland, California. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Denver Broncos and the Oakland Raiders. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The first carry for C.J. Prosise. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on 2nd down. Right back to Prosise. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there.
And the Raiders have got him. Emmanuel Ogbah able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that'll bring up 4th down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Taken in at the 22. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. There. He'll get a couple up to the 44. 2nd down, 8. Back to throw here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. He'll drop to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not.
And Taylor cannot escape. He goes down to the end zone. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Now back to throw. Steps away to his left. Now he'll throw deep left. That's caught at the 25. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. And give him a gain of 37. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Back to throw now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And this is caught. It's Cooper. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he rifles one incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
Now the first carry for Marshawn Lynch. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up third.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Here is Lynch on 3rd and goal. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. Running for it. Here's Lynch. And not only will he not get in, he's going to lose yardage. They stuff him back at the 4. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Bronco defense comes up big. The drive starts with C.J. Prosise. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 53 yards. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits?
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Shift together here from the D-line. On first down, again, they go Prosise. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And this is a guy straight out of college. They're not going to try to groom for a year or two. They want him to produce right away.
That's why they took him in the 1st round. They expect him to be a starter right away and a future all-pro. So they don't have any time to wait for him to come along. They want him to play right now to help this team.
Really, it's a solid draft class from a year ago. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit at the 32-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Taylor. He'll dump it off to Prosise. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
They'll run with Prosise, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Larry Ridley. Larry will have the highlights of this first half, but he won't have touchdowns because we haven't had any to this point.
But there's still time, though, partner.
Now they'll throw with Taylor. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
Here we go.
On 3rd and goal, Taylor. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, Cooper with it. And he's going to be taken down deep into Bronco territory. They give him a gain of 38. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Foxborough. It's the Chargers out to an early lead, and we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Amari Cooper, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken. And Denver getting set to take the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
This is Prosise on the carry. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Completes it over the middle to Floyd. And he's he's going to be taken down deep into Bronco territory. It's a big play there for Oakland. 57 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
His throw caught at about the 5. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And just like that, it's third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They run again on first down, Lynch. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Got to give a lot of credit to the defensive front there. They held their ground, pretty much stoned them on that play, and ended up creating a lost yardage play.
Yeah, drop them from the 1 back to the 2. Time running out here on the play clock. They'll drop to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
This close to the goal line, you got to be very careful with the offense calls rub routes. When I call a pick trying to screen you off from your coverage, does a nice job of avoiding that and helping force an incompletion.
One receiver to the left is Cooper. They'll look to throw here. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Dancing to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And that will force a turnover on downs. So a drive that covers almost the entire length of the field will result in 0 points.
That frustration is not just going to be felt by the guys on offense either. It's going to be felt throughout the entire team, isn't it? I mean, we've been there before, right? We've seen it. That deflation can go through the entire ranks. They're going to have to really work to make sure it doesn't affect them going forward.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. There's Procise. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now Taylor back into his end zone. And he's got some space here. And he is out of bounds. Just shy of the 20. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Here we go.
On 1st down, Procise pushing through the contact. Got some room at the 30. And all the way down to the 39. A big play there on 3rd down for the Broncos. 42 yards. trailing here in the third, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. And it's second down. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with third and still 7 yards to go.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady.
Back now in the East Bay. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. Play action. Now Taylor. Looking deep for Demaryius. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here's Taylor. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Raider D, they get the football back. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. He's got Floyd out left. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Raiders add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about...
It's a 2-score game in the fourth quarter. Onside kick coming up, and the kicking team desperately needs a football. And I think the Broncos have it. They do. It's a third down situation in the fourth quarter. Time to see if this defense is up to the task. On third down, they'll try and pick it up with a counter. And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. No hesitation in this situation. Down a couple scores late in the game. This offense is staying out there on fourth.
Let's go!
Here we go. It's Taylor on fourth down. Open man is Henderson. That's complete. And he takes this one all the way across. No hesitation in this situation. Down a couple scores late in the game. This offense is staying out there on fourth. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Raiders are going to win the football game. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Here we go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Going right side here, and that's complete. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll set up to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. It's a pickup of 13, and with that 13 yards, this ball game just about over. Well, I'm sure he likes his performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the fourth quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see, and other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
He'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And, well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. From the right hash, this from 33. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settled for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give him some breathing room and lets him build up a little cushion.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the fourth quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 29, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
They go play action here on 1st down. Letting one fly deep for Coop. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top. I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it? Yeah. This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Raiders, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Denver, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati